Hi everyone, welcome to Comfort Life channel. I am very happy to see you here. It's Irina, and in this video today I'm going to talk to you about another very important, I think, topic for every single person out there, and that will be stress and anxiety. Well, we'll try to figure out what are the best natural remedies and the supplements that would help us on a daily basis to combat most of the stress and anxiety. What I really need to say in the beginning is that sometimes we experience the anxiety and there is an underlying cause for it. So it's of course very important to identify the trigger or that cause in order to sort of fight that anxiety really for good. Well, maybe a few years back I would talk about stress and anxiety just as an outsider, knowing about the best things you can do to help yourself. But recently I have really experienced it like firsthand, and including panic attacks and that type of anxiety when you kind of just can't pull yourself together, and it's really very bad. You know, you can be very harsh, you can say things you don't want to say, you could become really even violent, like not in a bad way, but you're not calm and you're not doing the things rationally. So this is actually the biggest downside for me, not to mention that of course you don't feel well. And my type of anxiety, and when I am under severe stress, I start feeling this tightness in my throat when it's like kind of I don't have enough air to breathe, and like I'm like breathless all the time, and also it's like something stuck in the throat. Like this is really the most ever unpleasant feeling. Of course, everybody experiences anxiety and stress in very different ways, but what's really important to always remember is that chronic stress is what is really the worst thing that could happen, and it impairs the adrenal glands that could lead in turn to the weakened immune system and many other diseases. So what I would generally suggest is that there are many different ways you could address the stress and anxiety. So talking about stress, first of all, I think the easiest way you could do is try to unwind at the end of the day. You could do it with a cup of tea, so it looks like a ritual. You know, when you come home, you make it your like breakout time, and this is very important to becomes a habit of yours. So this is the advice number one. You could prepare a wonderful tea using catnip and chamomile leaves. You would use 1 cup of boiling water and you just pour it on top of 1 teaspoon of chamomile and 1 teaspoon of catnip. You let it sit for 10 minutes, you cover it, and then you're so ready to enjoy this wonderful tea. Herbs are actually very powerful. They do need some time to work, so that's why I'm saying it has to become like a habit. They make you relax, and they also have that, they act as a sedative. That's why it's also very important for, you know, maybe your bedtime routine when you go into sleep, because normally if you have chronic stress, you have pretty much problems with sleep as well. The advice number two I would love to give you is that breakout time. You could do it, you know, multiple times during the day, especially when you're at work and let's say you had a very stressful, you know, phone conversation or just any kind of conversation, or you're tired. I think you could do a breakout time. It could be something you could just go outside for 15 minutes. I know many of us think and say, I just can't, you know, I can't, I have a lot of work, but this is a lot more important for your health. So you need to try to somehow incorporate it into your daily working routine. You could also just unwind sitting in your desk. You could remember about your posture. It's very important, because if your posture is not straight, it actually cuts your oxygen supply to the vital organs and like your body up to 30%. So that's like very important also. And I think the easiest way to do is to have an aromatherapy session. Let's say, I know you wouldn't really put like a full-size diffuser on your desk if you're not working from home, let's say, because you don't want to disturb the others. But the easiest way you could do it could be a handy inhaler. They sell it and they're not very expensive. Or you could even put a wine glass or brandy glass. This is what I really love to do. Like, I'll show you two ways. You could get any essential oil that works best for you. If you're not sure which one, that would be lavender is 100% good choice here. But there are also different blends like Relax blend, or you know, the company you prefer to buy essential oils from. So just look out there. And also essential oils are very important. Let's say if you're afraid to inhale lavender, let's say if you want to ease stress, you think it would be like just put you to sleep right away. It's not, because what's good about essential oils, they are like adaptogenic. So if you're inhaling lavender throughout the day, it would help you to go to sleep better at night. Isn't it great? So the first thing I usually would do, I would get a cotton ball. The big balls work great. You could do it the same thing at your nighttime routine. Let's say I'm gonna get a Relax blend right now, and you just put a few drops on the ball. You don't need to put more than that. and then you would need to inhale it. But what's important about it, yes, the oil itself is very important, but I think there is a very good technique of breathing in and out. Like you inhale, counting to 5, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you hold your breath for a count of 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you exhale to the count of 8. And of course, while inhaling your essential oil, you concentrate on that breathing. So it's not like full force meditation or some kind of thing, but this is a very good, like, relaxing and unwinding technique. So you could do the same exact thing when you're going to bed, plus this cotton ball could always, you know, be somewhere next to you, and if you're like occasionally wake up at night, you can't fall back asleep, you could do exactly the same thing again. So that's that. Also, when you're in the office, you could get a wine glass. You could get a beautiful wine glass, something that would look as a decoration also. And then you would just also put a few drops of essential oil in there, or a blend. You kind of mix it up like that, because the shape of the glass will help the oil to evaporate nicely and slowly. You could also smell it from there, like pretty much like wine kind of thing, and that will not really disturb people around you, but it will also be a personal inhaler in case you need it. So these are several tips. I gave you the breathing technique. You could do it even without essential oils. I gave you the essential oils technique. Essential oils are very powerful. If you get a good quality oil, it will definitely help you. Now, I think that one of the best things, if you're under severe stress, you're very anxious throughout the day, your stress is chronic, what helps me the best is the relaxing bath. You know, the bath with some salts. I will also make a video about health benefits of baths with some salt. Are tremendous, and it's very important to also make sure these baths take place in your life. You could of course add some nice oils, just regular oils, not even essential oils, just to make your skin nice and smooth. And you can of course also use the essential oils. I know sometimes it seems confusing, like, first of all, never pour the essential oils just into the bath, because they don't mix up with water. It might really burn your skin. What I think is the best thing to do, you could do it in the morning shower too. Like, if you do it at night, let's say bedtime routine, you fill up the bath, put some oils, maybe some herbs. You can put them in a little bag and put them inside the bath. It will sort of make your, let's say, chamomile. So you don't really want to clog your bathroom and just be all covered in dried chamomile, right? So you take a little bit of the carrier oil. Jojoba is the best, never clogs your pores or anything. And you mix it up with a few drops of the oil of your essential oils, of your essential oil of your preference. And you put it here in the collarbone, and you get yourself into the bath, because the heat actually makes essential oils work even better. You will inhale it right there in the bath, you will relax. Don't take very hot baths though, and don't make them, a very long session. If you want to have the same technique, but in the morning sort of to uplift you and give you energy, you could use any other oils, like citrus oils, let's say, and you put them also, same thing, diluted in the carrier oil in your collarbone, and you stand, you take a shower. It will have exactly the same effect. This is like my favorite technique. So it takes you 2 minutes, but how much good it does. Even emotionally, you kind of feel better, uplifted or relaxed. For a quick recipe of stress-relieving bath, you could use up to 1-2 cups of Epsom salt, and then you use ylang-ylang, sandalwood, and lavender essential oil. Use about 5 drops of each. Sandalwood is expensive, so you could really substitute for frankincense. It works very well. Now, very important thing is to really eat to protect yourself from stress. Well, absolutely cut the unnecessary sugars and excess amounts of carbs. Now, in the beginning of this video, we've spoken about adrenal glands. They are like the most important things in your body that responds to stress. So it's very important to limit or actually cut off the foods that would have a negative impact on your adrenal glands. That would be sugar, as I've mentioned before, alcohol, and also coffee and all kind of caffeinated drinks. You will need to make sure that your diet is full of natural vitamin C, which you can find in abundance in fruits and vegetables, like citrus, oranges, strawberries, broccoli, pepper. Also, pantothenic acid is very important. You can find it also in eggs, in mushrooms, in avocados, in yogurt if you consume dairy. It also could be found in salmon and in chicken. Also, foods rich in vitamin B6, tuna, but in small amounts though, bananas, lentils. Zinc is very important. You can find it in oysters, pumpkin seeds, black beans, and of course magnesium. Magnesium is, you can find magnesium in peas, in almonds, in corn, but I wouldn't really advise this, in halibut, but this type of fish is expensive, so sometimes I think that we do need to supplement with magnesium. And now talking about the supplements, you should probably see my video about magnesium deficiency and just to know if you are deficient. So my choice is the magnesium calcium powder. I think it's like the best thing to do because almost half of the population of, let's say, American people, they are suffering from magnesium deficiency. Besides, if you're not a fan of powder, you can also get a magnesium supplement in the form of the capsules. So, you know, I think powder is a little better and easier to take because it already contains vitamin C, which is very important, and I mean, but of course it's up to you. So magnesium is #1 supplement you could really invest in and will have more benefits even in just helping you to relieve the stress. I also have a few things here. So vitamin C, if you want to have one separately, I think that Source Naturals brand is really a good brand, and I buy all my vitamins from Thrive Market. I always save a couple of dollars, so you could check that out in the description bar down below this video. So vitamin C is also very important for so many other functions in your body. Now the next one is the B complex, but of course, I mean, I'm not recommending this particular brand. This is just what I'm taking right now because it has to be really a complex, not just 3 B vitamins in there. It has to be like really a food complex, preferably with the folate instead of the folic acid. Now, zinc, as I've spoken before, you probably won't need to take zinc like regularly, but I take it, you know, sometimes when I have some acne flare-ups after traveling or for immune system too. So that's the zinc. And also, if you want to have some herbs approach in the form of supplements, I think that rhodiola is really one of the best ones. It's so good. It helps to support that healthy response to stress. And as with any herbs, you would probably need to take to wait a little until it kind of kicks in because herbs, they have to accumulate in your body so you could see the effect. It's not like you get a pain reliever and you feel it in 20 minutes. So when you feel that you're experiencing extreme stress and anxiety, you could, of course, go ahead and buy some valerian tea or valerian herb. And you also prepare a tea using 1 teaspoon of valerian root to 1 cup of boiling water. But that would be a really very strong tea to promote that like to be a very strong sedative. So you need to always remember that and don't try to incorporate it into your life like on a daily basis like you could do with chamomile, let's say. Besides, valerian root can cause some spasms and headaches. It's very important not to exceed the amount of the time you're taking it, or maybe it could be a supplement. So I would say 1 to 3 cups a day, but only during the periods when you're under extreme stress. Also, Siberian ginseng is very good. It helps your adrenal glands. It strengthens them and it helps your body to adapt to physical and emotional stress easier. You could buy it in the form of an extract and take about 250 milligrams twice a day, but don't take it for more than 6 weeks. It's very important to note here that if you have high blood pressure, you need to consult with your doctor. I really hope you guys like this video. I've shared a lot of tips of how you can combat stress, you know, from easy peasy kind of breathing technique to essential oils and baths and even supplements. But what I really want to advise in the very, very end is that always breathe, because just pay attention. Next time you are under stress, you know, something happens, whatever it is, we always hold on the breath every time we're under stress. So that's why it's very hard for us to put ourselves together and we kind of like lose control. So just try. It takes practice, of course, but next time you're feeling that your heart starts pumping and you're kind of like really nervous, try to breathe through this situation, and always try to breathe with your stomach, so your stomach gets big when you inhale and then you start sucking when you exhale, and always concentrate. You might even do like 10 breaths and that would be enough, but you have to really believe in it and start practicing it. So breathing is so important. It's vital for so many of the functions, and many people don't even breathe the right way. Like the stomach way is the right way actually. So guys, thank you so much for your attention, for your time. I do hope, really do hope that some of the tips are useful and you would try maybe just incorporate one, Nobody tells you go ahead and do everything at once. Plus, if you really feel that you're suffering from extreme stress and anxiety, maybe depression, and some very, very negative thoughts, I think consulting a doctor is the best way, because it's very important your stress not to become chronic and actually a disease. So try to catch it on the early stage. So thank you guys so much for your support and attention. It's very important for me. I love every single one of you. If you guys want to write something in the comments, just say hello, and I wish you all the best. I wish you to be a calm, relaxed person. I wish you to learn how to control yourself, listen to your body, and be very, very happy. All the best, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.